Welcome to Saving the Cabin. I'm Candace, and today I'm doing a little bit of yard cleanup because I have a special thing I want to be able to put into the yard today. Long story short, we went to try to help someone locally that their dog fell through the ice. And we were just trying to help them find their baby's body. They knew that they were no longer with us. It had been a couple weeks. And they just wanted to verify that their dog really had fallen through the ice, just have resolution. We spent total about 8 hours, I would say, at freezing and below freezing temperatures, just trying to give her answers. Unfortunately, we didn't give them to her. The dry suit that Jeremy had a hole in it from bumping against barnacles the week before, so he had to send that off. So while he was under it, started filling with water, ice cold water. And the drone just didn't have enough battery and a big enough scope to be able to cover the entire pond with 100% certainty that her baby wasn't there. But as a thank you from her, even though we didn't do much really, we didn't give her the answers she wanted or needed, she gave me raspberry clippings, lots of them. Two different types, a thorned and an unthorned raspberry. I'll show you the pile of twigs that I have at the moment, and some fresh honey from her property, which I was very excited about myself. But the raspberries need a mostly sunny spot to be able to grow. And I need to be able to put them somewhere that we won't be putting farm animals in the future, chickens, none of that. So it can't go in the front yard because that's where a lot of the animals will end up going, and hopefully one day a little pond like she had. And then right behind me on this ridge, part of this needs to still be sloped down. So right now it's just a wall. So I need to account for that being missing. So between this big tree right here, all the way over, there's a gap that I'll show you more in detail in a second. I'm going to put the raspberries there. So I'm going to clean some of these thin trees up so I can get more light, because right now this is our sunniest spot. That's why my apple trees are behind me. On a different video, I'll be transplanting the apples into bigger grow bags, because again, they're not quite ready to go in the ground yet, but they need their roots to be able to expand. So they'll go in even bigger grow bags, and then new apple trees for the year will take their grow bags, and the cycle of life continues with apples on the property. And today it was sunny. I don't know what happened. It was not bad when the sun was out. It's still a bit chilly. But it's the first day of not below freezing and not raining that we've had in a while. Or snowing. We've had some snow flurries a lot recently. Again, I'm in the North Georgia mountains, so we get some very sporadic snow flurries that even the weather people were like, we weren't expecting that. But it happened. So I'm going to clean up this area with my little mini chainsaw. I'm going to chop the trees into smaller pieces and make a pile of them off to the side. Eventually they will go to either the fire pit, or we have kind of changed, well, I changed my mind. I do want to put a wood burning stove back into the cabin. Unfortunately, the way it was set up before, where the pipe needs to run, it was what they call a single walled pipe, so it would get really hot easily. We'll have to buy a triple wall pipe to be able to run it through the walls and up, so it'll kind of be in the corner of Gavin's room in the future. But it'll have to be caged in because we have a special needs cat who likes things that are hot, like stoves. So I'll have to work around that when it comes to it. And just to kind of sum up some of the questions I'm getting right now, even though I know I want to get into the video and you want me to too. No, I have not started on the cabin. I still cannot lift anything really heavy. I need to lift probably about 80-ish pounds to be able to do the next step that we're waiting on helping with fixing some beams in the cabin. That I still can't do that without getting a little achy. Right now I'm at I think I just hit 11 weeks after surgery. And because my incision on top right here was so large, it's taking it a little bit longer. When I've had the small incisions here and there, usually about 8 weeks, I'm not achy. But this top one that runs a good distance from basically my belly button to my rib cage, it's slow to heal. And it is driving me crazy. And then the other step in the cabin is I need to be able to spray borax solution everywhere. And I already did a sample of it, and the borax crystallizes when it's too cold inside the cabin. So it makes a white film on everything. It won't do that if it's warm. It's just, I guess it being too cold is causing the crystallization to form quicker, even though I would think in the heat it would do that, drying out quickly, but it's a whole science experiment going on inside the cabin. Some of the spots that I'll be spraying will be exposed, like the logs themselves, so I don't want a gray film on them. And the logs, before I spray the borax powder or solution made from powder, I need to be able to really scrub those walls. It was 20 degrees last night, so inside the cabin, even though it's like 47 degrees now, and my nose is running, even though it's warmer out here, those logs really hold the cold. And like my washing machine inside, I can't run laundry today because it's still frozen. The wet laundry that was in there froze. So it's just one of those things that we are learning to deal with right now. But I need it to be just a little bit warmer before I start doing the nitty gritty inside the cabin. So it's a waiting game. Till then, yard stuff. I've already been out doing the chickens today, and my hose that was for chicken water had ruptured. Even though it's not supposed to rupture in the ice, it's supposed to be a special one, it still did. So I had to get a new hose and all that fun stuff of hooking everything up. So it's just been a chore day, and now I get to do something that is for me. I really am looking forward to cutting up these raspberry vines and getting them in the ground. So let's get started. So if you see this pile of twisty sticks that are kind of a raspberry in color, purple, that's my raspberry vines. They'll be cut into about 1.5 feet, a foot long, and stuck in the ground. So again, I have the non-thorn variety, and then I had the, there we go, very spiky thorned, but actually aren't really painful, if that makes sense. I think it's more of a deterrent versus a truly painful spike. But I have a large variety to get in the ground. So I'm gonna go clear some trees. Okay, I know this is extremely random. I didn't put this in the yard, but it is a rock egg. I'm gonna have to ask Jeremy about this one. It was just laying at the base of the tree. So odd. Guess I found an egg right in time for Easter next month, huh? I'm not doing this from buttons. Black hose, it goes back underground after being underground here. It was here when we moved here. No clue. I guess maybe they have horses up the hill. Moonshine. Who knows? But it's stuck here for now. Till I just find purpose for it. All right. Most of the little weeds and briars are gone. Time for the raspberries. All right. I guess I'm gonna start cutting them up and then make piles. She told me to make sure cut fresh. Ow. Okay, some are sharp. And then I cut a fresh piece off. And then I can cut these down, she said. So I'm just gonna make a pile. Of clippings. Some I'm making shorter, some I'm making longer. I'm even gonna put the nubs in the ground, see what happens. So this is the direction it was growing up. What I'm trying to do is the little nubs that are starting to form for new branches to come off, I trim right above one of those. And for this one, I'm going to trim another one off the side. And I'm just going to plant them the direction that they were growing. The catch is some of these had grown over and were touching the ground and they had roots on both ends. So I don't think it really matters which direction you put it. I think they just kind of grow. That's the way it looked in her yard. Yeah, this is one of the root ends that was coming off the opposite direction. All right, I have my gigantic pile of various sizes, with, without roots, all that fun stuff. So I'm gonna start making rows of them. All right, there we go. Oop, as I almost fall backwards. We have rows upon rows. There's 146 of them that I counted. Some are itty bitty. Some are deeper, some are taller. There's a whole variety of little twiggies in here. I'm working on the assumption that, you know, maybe half will live. I can thin them, mood them. But here they are. Whew. Temperature is definitely dropping without the sun out and it's getting late. But they're done. My phone died, of course, while I was trying to show you me sticking them all on the ground. I'm on Jeremy's phone at the moment so I could finish up. But hopefully, I'll find out, because, you know, it is the story of my life with my phone. It loves to cut out at the wrong moments. But you get the idea of what I'm doing. I was just cutting them up, sticking twigs in the ground. Some, like I said, are probably 4 inches deep. Some are 2 inches deep. I just was going for a variety of things. Some are long, some are short, some are skinny, some are thick. We'll see what takes. Even if just 2 or 3 take, then they can propagate over the years. So right now, 146, I think I should have some pretty good odds. What are you doing? Trying to get my attention?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. He's been inside where it's nice and warm editing videos. I've been out here with the raspberries and the chickens.
Moral support.
Uh-huh. But now he's going to carry chicken feed down for me. Say bye, Jeremy. Okay. Explain, he just saw the egg sitting there.
Yeah, this was a river treasure find. I was out diving with Adam. We found lots of cool stuff, and then I come across a stone egg.
Yeah, it was really random. You just had it set, ooh, I'm really shaky, set next to the tree. And I'm like, where did this come from?
It was laid by a stone bird. Nasty. Chicken? What new chickens? Take it to the chickens, see what they do, try to hatch it.
Oh God, you know one of them will sit on it forever.
I think it needs to be polished.
One day, one day.
Okay.
And eventually I will have this with some type of border to it so we can really tell where it is. But I don't have time for that today. So, future project. But wish me luck. Bye guys.